All right, all right, all right. Let me get some black fists in the chat if you can hear me loud, crisp, and clear, and we will get this party started. All right, all right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back with some more content. We are back with another broadcast. We are back to put y'all up on game. We are back to discuss something that a lot of people don't want to discuss for a strange reason. Yeah, I don't know what it is, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Some of you members of our community are oh so sensitive, oh so goddamn sensitive. Tariq finally shares the stage with Diane Yap. He gets played for a fool. He gets played. She runs game on him. Nobody wants to talk about it. I'm like, well, shit, I guess I'll do a stream and talk about it, react to it live with the people. And so many of y'all hitting my email. So many of y'all hit me in the comment section. Oh, Mike, you're a coon. I knew you were nothing but a freckle-faced coon. Mike, I knew you were an agent. Mike, you an agent. How dare you say Tariq got played? You're an agent. Ladies and gentlemen, my allegiance is to the community. My allegiance is to the code. My allegiance is to no man nor woman. Nobody is above reproach. And I'm not even giving reproach. I'm not even critiquing Tariq. I'm not even talking shit about the man. I'm just pointing out the fact that he got played right before our eyes. I'm pointing out the fact that he came to Diane's space with a mission in mind. He came there with a purpose. And his purpose wasn't necessarily fulfilled. He got played, y'all. He got played. Y'all know that I built my following on YouTube exposing scammers, charlatans, frauds, everyone in between. You know that I've even got face to face with these people, just pearly things. Ali, Fem Sapien, Melanie King, Anton Daniels, Umar Johnson. And my interactions with these people face to face, albeit virtually, my interactions work wonders in exposing these individuals. I'm able to probe their mind. I'm able to combat their rhetoric. I'm able to provide critique and challenge. We're able to debate. We're able to reveal things. I mean, communication is powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Communication is oh so powerful. Not many people have even heard Diane Yap speak, but if you hear this mush mouth ass Asian bitch speak, if you hear her speak, god damn it, you see, she's the opposition.
Issue of affirmative action, that means recognizing that such policies discriminate against Asians in favor of objectively less qualified applicants. If you believe that underrepresented groups deserve special help, then you also believe that there are overrepresented groups that deserve to be discriminated against. These are inextricably linked, and the latter is clearly unconstitutional. If the Supreme Court bans race-based affirmative action, it is the duty of the government to enforce the ban as vigorously as it once enforced Brown v. Board of Education. Thank you. I yield my time.
Thank you, Ms. Yap.
God damn it, when you hear that the bitch wants to talk about repealing affirmative action, when you hear that the broad is promoting some fake ass notion of black folks attacking Asians, when you hear her rhetoric, I mean, knowing thy enemy is so important. And when somebody's able to combat their talking points, being able to hear that, being able to see that is oh so important.
One thing I do want to emphasize, and respectfully referring to
the prior speaker, one thing I want to make clear is the narrative cannot be about African American on Asian hate. That is why these statistics are important. And I understand we have disagreements about them, but the statistics consistently show that African Americans are not overrepresenting in hate incidents against the Asian American community. And this is important because this is creating a division, a divisiveness that is unnecessary within all of our communities.
God damn it, look how powerful that is. Look how powerful that is, being able to listen to the rhetoric of our opposition and hear somebody combat the rhetoric of our opposition. So when I heard that Tariq Nasheed was on the same stage as Diane Yap, I said, oh shit, I gotta tune in. I said, oh my God. I know motherfuckers recording this. We gonna clip this up. We gonna do live streams. We gonna react to this. We got this, bitch. We got this, bitch. Imagine what Tariq Nasheed got this bitch triggered into saying. Imagine with the skills of debate that Tariq Nasheed has. Imagine how we pieced her up. 1-2 combo, uppercut, finish him, Hadouken, Hadouken. Imagine how bad he gave her this work. But wait, comes to find out, she played Tariq. Nobody could hear her audio. Come on, y'all, come on. Y'all know how powerful it is to be able to hear our opposition, be able to hear one of our allies combating them, challenging them in real time, and to learn that she pulled an okie doke and we can only hear Tariq's audio. We can only hear the audio of the tether coons that they had Tariq wasting his time battling with. We could not hear Diane Yap's audio at all. Nobody knows what she said. Nobody knows if she got checkmated or how Tariq was able to reveal blase, 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 and he got her there and got her there. Nobody could hear what she said. And somebody in the chat asked an interesting question. Brandon says, is that Tariq's fault? No, that's not Tariq's fault. Did I ever say that's Tariq's fault? Diane Yap was the host of the Twitter space. Tariq Nasheed has no control over if Diane's gonna do some slick shit and use some code to somehow make it to where you're the only one whose audio is. Guys, imagine the weird guys, these alt-right, ultra conservative, nationalist motherfuckers. They got some tech people on deck. Imagine the tech prowess that went into what happened, y'all. Tariq Nasheed and the other people on the panel could hear her. The audience couldn't hear her. What kind of software do you have to where I don't even know where to begin. That's not something that's even publicly available on the marketplace. That's some custom shit, y'all. These conservative suspected white supremacists, god damn it, they got some techies on their team. How do you have a conversation with someone live? The panelists can hear you. You can hear the panelists. The audience can hear the panelists, but the audience can't hear you. No, I'm not saying that's Tariq's fault, but he got played. And I shouldn't be ostracized. I shouldn't be insulted. I shouldn't be critiqued and ridiculed because I'm simply highlighting the fact Tariq Nasheed got played. I think it's very important to talk about this. Nobody's discussing this. If not important for the audience, it's more so. And excuse me, if not of utmost importance to the casual viewing audience, it's of even more greater importance to us content creators, to us people participating in new Black media. Because God damn it, I didn't know that we can have a debate with somebody and they can kill their audio so I can hear them, but the audience can't hear them. I mean, it's good to put one another up on game. And I haven't seen a single content creator that was talking about this. I went to watch the replay on D Tubman's channel. Everybody in the comment section's like, yeah, Tariq, get her, Tariq, get her, Tariq. There's maybe one comment where people are like, we can't hear Diane Yap's audio at all. Like, wait, you guys keep reposting this recording and does no one realize we can't hear Diane Yap's audio at all? I mean, come on. Come on. Tariq got played. He got set up. Diane Yap came over to Tariq's Twitter space before. Diane Yap, a month ago or so, came to Tariq's Twitter space and she refused to speak to the man. She came to his Twitter space. He said, "Hey, Diane, I see you're in the audience. If you want to unmute yourself, da da da." She ran. She fled. So for Tariq Nasheed to go to her space, he came there with an agenda. He came there with a mission. He came to expose the broad. He came to give her that work intellectually. He came for a good natured debate. At very least, I would imagine. And God damn it, if I spend all that time going behind enemy lines to debate with them for an hour just to learn nobody in the audience can hear what the ops were saying, God damn it, I got played. That's fucked up. And no, it's not Tariq's fault, but we're gonna talk about it. And I don't understand why people think that I'm against Tariq Nasheed for discussing it. God damn, y'all are sensitive. God damn, some of y'all treat this like a cult. So some of y'all treat this shit like a cult. I understand this is a polarizing discussion, but I even put a poll in the chat. Did Tariq get played? And for the last 18 minutes that poll's been up, it's been right around 50-50. Right now, it's 45% that say yes, 55% say no. At some point in time, it'll go 52% yes, a 40 or so percent no. Ladies and gentlemen, this is split down the middle. But before we even get to reacting to the footage, I would love to hear from you. I see some people in the chat that are oh so triggered, that are oh so emotional. There's people in the chat that have questions of Mike. So click the link and call in. I'm an open book. But the first person we got coming from the back to the front is Curtis. Hey, Curtis, let the people know where you calling in from and what do you think about the topic at hand?
What's up, man? Calling in from Louisville, Kentucky. I think the topic's pretty interesting. I think it's funny because, like I said, he called in. He obviously had an agenda, and she had an agenda as well. And that agenda was to actually not let anybody actually hear what she was saying back to Tariq. So I think it's just funny, but I don't think it's that serious. Really, it's just funny that she played him like that. Will be really interesting to see if it happens again. Like I don't know if Tariq's aware that the fact that the audio played and we can't hear what she says. Has he spoken on it?
No, to my knowledge, he hasn't spoken on it. Some people in the chat are theorizing that maybe Tariq has the audio. One of Tariq's collaborators is D. Tubman, and
Hmm.
D. Tubman published it, and there's no audio from Diane on that recording. A couple other people, I think Black Media Archives or something. Everybody who's republished it on YouTube, there's everyone's audio but Diane. So I doubt that Tariq has her audio and nobody else does.
Has she spoke on it? The
No, honestly,
statement?
I've never heard this. I've never heard this broad speak. That's why I was like, "What? Tariq's talking to her? I can hear her actually have a conversation with a black guys." Above all else, I was excited to hear Diane have a conversation with an intellectual FBA, the most intellectual of us all, the one who can go to bat for the home team like nobody else. I said, "Oh, he's about to give her that work." I can actually hear how this bitch formulates sentences and hear her getting pushback because again, the only thing that I heard from her before was when she was on C-SPAN trying to get affirmative action repealed.
The urgent issue of violence against Asians predates COVID. The 2018 Criminal Victimization Report by the Bureau of Justice Statistics shows violent incidents by race of victim and offender. The largest share, 27.5%, are perpetrated by black offenders, while Asians commit just 0.1% of such attacks against black victims. If all those living nearby were equally likely to attack Asians, blacks are attacking Asians at more than 3 times the expected rate, as the average Asian lives in a neighborhood that's just 8% black. On the other hand, white and Hispanic people are attacking Asians at about half the expected rate. This is not new. A 2008 analysis on physical assault crimes in San Francisco showed that in 85% of cases, the victim was Asian and the perpetrators were African American. Sadly, government policymakers and media outlets do not want to acknowledge that black on Asian violence is a problem. And racial resentment is at the root of the problem. This resentment is well explained by the middleman minority concept. Immigrants who occupy a low barrier niche in the economy like retail and via punishing work schedules and self-sacrifice ascend from poverty to prosperity, often within 1 generation. Middleman minorities have faced violence throughout history because native populations of lower status feel entitled to the same outcomes. Today's expectation of equal outcomes can be summarized by one word: equity. The repetition of this term in policy discussions implies that all outcomes should be doled out proportionately amongst different racial groups, regardless of relevant factors such as behavior. But we should but we should expect proportionate outcomes only if these are assigned at random. But police don't arrest people at random. Courts don't imprison people at random. The government does not randomly force anyone to drop out of high school, nor does it randomly assign anyone to a life of poverty. All of these outcomes depend largely on behavior and individual choices. When you are repeatedly told that outcomes are unfair because they are racially disproportionate, it is natural to resent the beneficiaries of this imagined unfairness. Unfortunately, such a mindset breeds racial resentment and thus anti-Asian hate. While the focus of this hearing is
Do y'all hear this fuck shit? She's saying that we got affirmative action undeservingly so, and through affirmative action, we've become uh uh built up resentment towards Asians, and now we beating up Asians in the streets. Ladies and gentlemen, modern day, months after this, y'all do know they repealed affirmative action in colleges, right?
Right, and
You
correct
you
me if
you y'all do know she was successful in advocating to get our goddamn civil rights legislation repealed. So God, imagine how excited I was to hear she's chopping it up with Tariq. Imagine how it would be to actually hear her have a conversation and get pushback instead of just hearing her on C-SPAN reading from a paper. But God damn it, Tariq got played. She played all of us. That man was up there for an hour getting muted, battling tethers, this and that, and we can't hear a single thing Diane said. And correct me if I'm wrong, chat. If any of you guys were actually present during the live stream, during the Twitter space, because I missed it, I was just trying to watch the replays on YouTube. If any of you guys were present, let me know. Did the live audience at least hear her? I'm holding out hope. Maybe at least the live audience heard everything Diane Yep said, heard all the conversation between her and Tariq, and just people who recorded it somehow have everyone's audio but Diane's. But correct me if I'm wrong. Did anybody hear what Diane said during that hour-long discussion with Tariq Nasheed? If the answer is no, then she played him. I'm seeing no's. Just the panel. Chief Jones says no, she didn't speak. She did speak. Tariq was up there speaking to her the whole time, but she somehow got her audio silenced to where only Tariq and the people on the panel heard her. The audience couldn't hear a goddamn thing. But yeah, Curtis, what were you saying?
I wonder
To
if
get
Twitter silenced her. Just to
no,
no.
Twitter does not go on
I mean,
Twitter Spaces and specifically silence one person's audio and leave everybody else. No, she did some slick shit.
okay.
She did some real slick shit.
I mean, they're tech savvy, so I mean, I wouldn't put it past her.
Hey,
I just
come
find it
on.
funny where she's talking about us benefiting from affirmative action to a point where we want to attack Asians because they're doing better than us. I guess that's what she's trying to say. When they've said already, studies have shown that white women have benefited the most off affirmative action. So what the hell is she talking about?
Well, not only that, but she's talking about Asian hate and trying to act like there's some big black boogeyman while negating the fact that Asians have historically discriminated against us and even killed us. Who remembers
Right.
Latasha in 1991? Who remembers the Korean rooftop Asians that were sniping black people in Compton and Inglewood? I mean, Asians have a history of taking up arms against black people, but let a couple of them get slapped in San Francisco and black people is wilding, huh? Black folks just wilding all of a sudden. But you know what? We've got some more guests backstage. Before we bring some people up, a little bit of housekeeping. Make sure to smash that like button on the way in. Hit the Cash App or the PayPal if you support the mission. Not only if you support the mission, but if you appreciate somebody reporting on the facts, reporting on things that not many other people want to discuss, reporting on things that are also contentious and controversial that even people are trying to insult me and claim that I'm some kind of agent provocateur for simply highlighting. I was very excited to hear Tariq engage with Diane, but Diane played him and everybody by removing her audio. And God damn it, if Mike talks about that, he's an agent. Oh Lord, oh Lord. But go ahead and participate in the poll. Hit the like button, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. We also have a monthly YouTube mastermind group. If anybody's thinking about starting a YouTube channel, go ahead and send me an email, mike@keymediapro.com, with the subject line mastermind, and we can get you some information on how to join the monthly group. But the next person we're going to bring from the back to the front is Kev C. Kev C, let us know where you're calling in from and what do you think about the topic at hand.
Yeah, hey Mike. Again, yeah, I'm actually calling in from Florida. Um, Interesting topic in the sense that, well, I guess from the way you look at it, she played him. I just saw, I see her as being intellectually dishonest. That's what I. So if you can't come to an academic, discussion or a intelligent discussion, and you want to do things like, manipulate the sound so people can't hear you, play around with the microphones and all this other stuff, then basically you're starting off from a point of failure, meaning that
And
you're not.
Star Child is right. She didn't just play Tariq, she made a fool out of every black person that was listening. She had some coon ass black people up there battling Tariq while she was muted and nobody can hear what she was saying to Tariq. Had that going on for an hour. She played all of us. And I don't know what you think of it, or Curtis, I don't know what you think about it, because apparently it's pretty 50-50. Half the people think he didn't get played, half the people think he did. Mark says, how is that getting played? I mean, it's pretty clear to me how that's getting played, but what do you guys think? Is that somehow not getting played? I mean, we're not saying it's any fault of his own, but if fool me once, shame on me for fool me twice, right? I mean, getting played is getting played.
Well,
Well, I
I
just
don't
think
know,
you.
Mike. I mean, I'm sorry.
No,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead. Go ahead.
Curtis. I'll go after you. Yeah. So look, if you're going to come to what is supposed to be an intelligent and academic discussion about an issue or a problem, and and part of your tactic is to actually deny, the other person, full range of, discussion, or audio or whatever it is you're doing, to manipulate the situation, then yeah, to me, you've already lost. So I've kind of gone back and forth a little bit on Twitter or X with Diane Yap myself.
Uh,
I didn't
and
know who
and
she
and and
was.
and also, of course, to people of merit, we realize at the end of the day, this just speaks to how trifling and disingenuous she is. I know that this does wonders in exposing her further, but when I say he got played, ladies and gentlemen, words matter. The definition of getting played is being taken advantage of. Do you know how much he's kikiing and ha-hotting with her fellow white supremacists? I got Tariq Nasheed to come on my show, and I had my good little coon tethers going at him, and Tariq was up there for an hour, and they couldn't even hear what I said. He got taken advantage of.
I
She
mean,
milked him for clout. Hey, at bare minimum, she milked the man for some clout.
I was just about to
well,
ask you that, Mike.
if you're looking at it from that perspective of somebody who's just look, in order to think that she won something, you got to already dislike black people. I look at it as, so
Whoa, whoa,
I'm a
whoa,
mid
whoa,
level.
whoa, 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 whoa. Just because somebody plays you don't mean they won. It just means they was being a swindler. It just means they were trying to take advantage. That don't mean they won.
So what does that make her look like then? And I'm not defending any of this. I'm just saying from,
It
if
makes her look like a snake. It makes her look
there
like a
you go.
goddamn snake. You,
Right.
you,
There you
you
go.
over
And
here
and,
hosting the space, and you're gonna invite Tariq and have your audio removed and have the tethers muting him left and right. It makes her look like a snake. But still,
there
the
you
brother
go.
got. Hey, listen. For all of you that think he didn't get played, would Tariq Nasheed have done that again, knowing that nobody in the crowd could hear what she's saying to him? Would Tariq have spent an hour of his time up there if he knew ahead
No,
of time
probably not.
nobody was
No.
going to be able to hear what she's saying except for him? No.
So now here's one thing
See,
that did happen. I listened to the replay, and so he was repeating or saying some of the stuff that she was saying. And one of the most egregious things she said was, black people were just taking the lives of Asians for fun. Black people are killing Asians. Like, nobody's doing that.
Wow.
She literally said that, and
And
because
this
he
is
had
why it's
because
so powerful knowing what she said. Imagine if we could hear the full length of what she was talking about instead of just the pieces that Tariq repeated. God damn it. I just wish that she wasn't such a snake. I wish we could get the full audio.
well, okay. So now, if you're somebody like Diane Yep, and you're running around here talking about how smart you are with all your little SAT scores and your LSATs and your what do you call it, your IQ and everything else, you telling me you can't come to a conversation and be honest about it? If you're the better person, and you're so intellectually smart, and you're so much
Mhm.
better, and we're just, and black people are just such low IQ, idiots, then you wouldn't have to do anything other than just demonstrate your high level IQ. She couldn't do that. So I see it as a
Mhm.
loss for her.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a loss for her. I mean, just because Tariq got played does not mean he
Yeah,
lost the battle. Does not mean he lost the war. But he lost an hour of his time. He can't get
I
back.
got
He
you. Yeah.
lost a whole lot of effort, battling with tethers and getting muted left and right and shit. Honestly, I don't even know why he would show up in her space. I personally
Yeah.
never
I mean,
right.
show up
well,
Let me
on
ask you
my
this, Mike.
opposition show.
Let me
Yeah.
let me ask you this real quick. Do
Well,
you think that?
real quick, Curtis, before you ask the question, Aaron, thank you for the contribution. I appreciate the cash app. All right, Curtis, go ahead.
All right, you just said that you don't think that if he would have knew that it wouldn't have been broadcasted, the conversation in total, that he wouldn't have went into her space, right? So
Yeah,
do you
at all. Yeah.
so do you think that Tariq was coming in there just looking for clout, basically?
I don't think he was looking for clout, but I think he was looking to have a conversation with her so that he can provide sufficient pushback on her talking points she's been propagating around the internet. I think he
Well,
came with a
mm,
mission. I don't think it was necessarily clout, but I think he came to pick her brain, to pick and prod, to engage in an intellectual combat, if you will.
yeah,
So you know
like
that she lurks around his spaces, right? When he does his little, his late night check-ins or whatever he calls them. She
I
actually
do,
lurks around, and
and
he's
this is
he's
why
invited her up several times.
this is why I think this speaks to him getting played. She goes to his spaces, don't say shit. He says, "Hey Diane, I see you're watching. Why don't you unmute yourself? Weigh in." She leaves. So now he's gonna go to her space and spend an hour battling with tethers and getting muted and her silencing her audio. I mean, all right, all right.
Yeah,
that's kind of smart though, if you think about it,
well,
because
I,
yeah,
I,
go ahead.
yeah, the guy who was going back and forth and just I don't know what he was, but I don't know whether he was of Caribbean or African descent or whatever, but essentially, and I don't know if he was Black American. It doesn't matter. I just call them sellouts and traitors because you got to have a certain level of low self esteem in order to sit there with there's essential rules that you're supposed to follow, right? Just certain etiquette as it relates to race. You don't see Asians running around doing that to other Asians, right? You don't see it. Now Asians will get up there and tell the truth about history and what maybe some Asians are doing and all this other stuff if they're doing something that's unscrupulous. But what they will not do is demean themselves and demean other Asians in front of non-Asian people. They don't do that. I don't see white people doing it. I don't see Hispanic people doing it. They will defend. They will do everything they can to defend. To defend even criminal and negative behavior and all this other stuff. Now, nobody should be defending any criminal or negative behavior, and Black people don't really do that. We're accused of doing it quite a bit. We don't, and we know we don't because Black people get punished when we do something wrong. See, that's the difference between us and everybody else. So we're not running around defending negative and criminal behavior because we're punished the most for it. You can argue about everybody else and how they either slip through the system or they don't get punished and all this other stuff. But uh, I would like to have heard something again from this supposedly high IQ, high intelligent LSAT, SAT taking,
And
intellectual
real
PhD
quick,
having
a little
Asian.
bit of housekeeping. We just had another cash app come through from Aaron. I appreciate you, Aaron. Oh yeah, and Aaron, thanks for the reminder. Aaron actually runs a podcast, guys, called the Freedmen's Network. You can find it on Spotify. So if you guys are looking for some other stuff to listen to when you're not watching Mike TV, go ahead and check out the brothers' podcast. But we've got some more people waiting backstage. We're gonna start bringing up some more people. And for everybody in the audience that's typing talking about I don't see how he got played and blah 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 blah. I urge you to click the link and call in. Come on, I don't bite. Have a discussion. Let's chop it up. We can have a difference of opinion and still keep it civil. Young says, got played because we couldn't hear her. That's a weird angle. Sir, you're most likely not a content creator. I am. I can tell you as a content creator, Tariq Nasheed was not going into that thinking that he was just having a private conversation with Diane. He thought he was having a public conversation. He came there with an agenda. He came there to have a good natured debate and to have nobody hear what she said. Yeah, he got played. I'm sorry.
So just real
I'm
quick, Mike,
sorry, not sorry. Like, come
I
on.
just think that I think
about that
Tariq.
about that C-SPAN clip that you played. This
Yeah.
woman lied too. It's clear. It was clearly look. It was white people just landing into the Asians during the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
It was
Mhm.
whites laying into them. Matter of fact, interesting enough, and I forget the name of the professor who actually did the study. I mean, she did it, with the support of her university, but there were multiple studies done that clearly showed that whites were the ones attacking Asians. Now, here's what they wound up doing. They wound up creating this propaganda campaign with black criminals, black people who were mentally unstable, black people who were homeless, or a combination of the three. And they just say, hey, go out and attack these Asians, get it on film, and the next thing you know, you get a propaganda campaign.
And they got a bill
against black
passed
people.
seemingly overnight. And real
Yeah,
quick, we've got another guest that we're going to bring from the back to the front. We've got LN in the building. LN, where are you calling in from?
I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
All right, and let us know, what do you think about the topic at hand?
I think what people, it is, he did get played, and I think people are probably getting upset. They don't like the wording. He got played. He played her, or whatever, however the title is.
Yeah,
She did. See, she had it already planned before she even got there because Asians are very sneaky people and they're very cowardly. They'll never go one on one with you unless they around their people or around some white people, but they will never face you face to face. So they very cowardly, and so it was already set up for her to do that. They play a lot of games because when I went to college with these people, they're not as smart as people say. They cheat, they buy tests, all that type of stuff. But black people, that's why everything we do, we always good at it because we do it the right way. These other cultures cheat, buy sell stuff and all kinds of stuff to get over. So they just not no good. The people's not right, and she would. That's why she come in Tariq's spaces. I don't be in his spaces at nighttime because he too late for me. But she come there to listen to get some game. So when she tried to speak about us, she have something to attack us on. But she would never go face to face with Tariq because she's a coward. These people are very cowardly. So that's all I want to say.
yep, I feel you. Well, thanks for chiming in. And yeah, I think you hit it on the head. People are a bit sensitive over the wording, I guess. But I mean, what happened happened, and don't kill the messenger. I mean, shit.
Yeah, and I think Tariq, he should have left. He shouldn't have stayed there playing all these games with this lady. If she couldn't come out and come back in, if she had a problem with her speaker, microphone, whatever, and she's still acting like that, I would have just left. And the other people should have left too. You don't get as people a platform to play games if you're serious. So that's what I think he
Exactly.
should have done.
No, I feel
yeah, but
you.
see,
Yeah, I don't
And
think
I
wait,
agree.
and hold on real quick. Young, clearly you're one of the low IQ members of our community, and I'd love to give you some game one-on-one. So Young, I'm gonna go ahead and revoke your chat privileges in a moment to hopefully force you into clicking the link and calling in, because you ain't making no goddamn sense. Young says, I'm not buying the played because we couldn't hear her. He talks to random people all day. She's another random. Who cares? She's not another random fucking person. She's a person who successfully advocated for our civil rights legislation to get repealed. She helped end affirmative action in colleges, the little semblance of reparations that we've achieved. So, what are you talking about? She's just a random person. If you don't understand the gravity of the situation, then just stick to spectating. But as of now, your chat privileges are revoked. Hopefully, you click the link and call in.
Yeah, look her
Lord,
up real quick. She's actually a founding
look
member
her
of some
up.
kind of
She's funded.
foundation.
She's funded by
Yeah,
foundation. She gets paid by the
exactly. Yeah,
Heritage Foundation, a ultra nationalist, a conservative branch of a white supremacist. What are you talking about? She's
this
our
lady was
direct
openly on
opposition.
CNN.
If you don't know, then you ain't been doing the research. I'm sorry. If you don't know, that's on you. But
This
as of
lady was on
now, uh,
C-SPAN lying on black people, saying that
come
we were running
on,
around attacking them, and that's just not true.
come on.
She
Successfully
gave
ended.
she was very deceptive and distorted. Well, actually, she's outright lied in her statistics,
She
and she ignored
successfully
everything.
ended
She
affirmative
ignored every
action.
other factual and verifiable data and study that actually says it was whites attacking Asians
And she got an
during the.
anti-Asian hate bill passed. She got an anti-Asian hate bill passed, and she successfully got our civil rights legislation repealed. And this dumb nigga talking about, oh, she's just another random person. Another random person don't be on CNN talking cash money shit about us. Or
Yeah,
excuse
she's
me,
on C-SPAN. This lady
C-SPAN.
is dangerous.
Asian
Yeah,
hate
she's
crime.
dangerous.
Any given
And
Asian
her and
individual
people
in
like
the
her.
U.S., out of a
Because
total population of about 18 million, is statistically unlikely to be the victim of a hate crime. On the other hand, anti-Asian discrimination in education figures prominently in the life of every Asian American. When I was 12, I saw my friend sobbing at school after acceptance letters to Lowell High arrived. She missed the cutoff score for Chinese students by just 1 point. If she had been any other race, she would have gotten in. Selective high schools like Lowell High in San Francisco, the Screen Schools of New York City, and #1 ranked Thomas Jefferson in Virginia are all fighting misguided attempts to make their student bodies match area demographics, equity. All of these attempts involve degrading or eliminating the consideration of academic proficiency in admissions. Asians bear the brunt of these unconstitutional attempts at racial balancing. Even at Harvard, an Asian applicant with a 25% chance of getting in would have a 95% chance if he were only able to check the African American box instead.
Listen to this bitch. She's making it seem like we're running around hating Asians. Meanwhile, Asians actually sniped us from rooftops in Southern California. Asians have killed many unarmed black folks in ghettos that they set up shop in. What are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
Oh,
But she's
well,
just another random person, y'all. She's just a rando.
remember how collectively they were silent when they were, look, black people, we got to get some backbone here and actually stop patronizing those businesses that are not black run and black owned. And look, the reason those businesses are in black neighborhoods is that those people can't go anywhere else. The whites don't want them, Hispanics don't want them. The Asian neighborhoods are pretty much set, so they got everything all locked down. So basically the only place they can go is to black people. And what they and I kind of, again, before I knew anything about her, I looked it up later on, but I was like, who is this lady and what is all of this nonsense? And where is she getting this idea that we're running around attacking them and just going after them? And basically there's a level of entitlement about going into a black neighborhood and being able to make money and just and suck and siphon and
And also,
expect to
real
be able
quick,
to
for anyone who's not privy to this information, I'm so passionate about people recognizing that she's not just a rando because I just did an expose on the broad last week. I just did a 2 hour long expose on the broad, excuse me, 2 days ago, where we got into just how detrimental, just how harmful she is to our community. So for y'all who don't understand the seriousness, if y'all don't see how Tariq got played by this bitch, all right, you don't understand the art of war. You don't understand media. You don't understand content creation. All I know is Tariq Nasheed wouldn't have gone there and got muted and been debating with Tethers for an hour if he knew nobody could hear what Diane was saying.
well, if you've read The Art of War, then you know that all warfare is, that warfare is, there's some level of deception in warfare. Zach, that book was actually written by Sun Tzu, a Chinese general and military strategist. So yeah,
So this lady is Japanese
I don't
or
know what she
I,
Chinese?
is. And
she's either Korean or
I'm reading.
Chinese. I don't know
Okay,
exactly.
that's what I'm trying to wonder because she's Japanese.
yeah.
It would kind of make more sense that she's kind of a white supremacist. She uses their talking points and works under them. It makes more sense.
You know what?
Well,
I blame a lot of that stuff on our people, our own people, because we keep going to their businesses, supporting them, and we don't realize how much power we have. But we continue to go like we possessed over everything they own. We feel as though we got to go to the nail shop, the wig shop, get up everything. Restaurant. We don't have to do anything. It's black people do nails. It's black people do hair,
Right.
but we won't do it.
We
And
don't
I
network enough.
Right, we won't
We ain't
do it,
talking.
and that's where our power lies. But we don't understand. At least a lot of us don't, and
well,
that's
they do that in certain neighborhoods though. That they do that in certain neighborhoods. There, so you guys know, I know, I'm sure you're aware that there are black enclaves all across the United States, middle class and upper class, and where it's primarily black people, and that stuff doesn't happen in those areas. That's not what's happening. So there's a specific subset of black people that patronize these businesses, and they just won't stop doing it, and they
yeah,
count on
it's a
those
lot
people.
of though, because I have relatives still go to them. I don't. I've been stopped going to the restaurants over 20 years ago. I've never been to their nail shops. So, and I definitely don't go in their wig shop because I don't wear wigs. I
And
wear
I
my
don't,
own hair.
and I don't know if you guys can notice, but I've been real silent because, god damn it, I do a lot of business with the Asians, okay? Every other week, I go get a 2 hour deep tissue massage from Ling Ling. My chiropractor is Asian. I go to get Asian food at the restaurant at least once or twice a week. God damn it. My weed man is Asian, y'all. I even get my plug from the weed man. Come on, he Asian.
Yeah, you
He
see,
got the
that's the
cheeky eyes.
problem.
Come
That's
Yeah, I
the
on.
was just
problem,
gonna say
Mike.
that
That's the problem. You need
all
to cut
Asians don't
out
support
cold
white
turkey.
supremacy. All Asians don't support white supremacy. I've met a couple
I
Asians
think
that
we
were.
need to cut them out. We can't look at them individually like that. You know
No,
why?
no,
Because they
I
don't
agree.
look at
I
us
agree.
like that.
I agree. As a
We
whole,
gotta,
collectively, they do
just like
support
they
white
stick
supremacy.
it to us, we gotta stick it to them. and mean business.
Yeah.
It was just
And
a
and
group.
wait, wait, and
The
and and
ones
and,
that are
and, and
against
wait, wait,
us,
time out,
yes.
time out, time out, time out, time out. And Adriana Gomez, I'm gonna say this respectfully.
Oh,
If
God.
you don't get your tether ass up out of here talking about they work hard and go the extra mile, African woman, what do you know? African woman, the Asians work hard and go the extra. What are the Asians doing right now over to y'all in Africa? Oh yeah, they're taking over your church.
They were.
Oh, I know why she's caping for Asian Zaddy because she probably got one.
The fancy cars, the women and the caviar. You know who we are, cause we're pimping all over the world. The fancy cars, the women and the caviar. You know who we are, cause we're pimping all over the world. Singing hoes,
Yeah. Hey, it's no surprise that the only person in my chat caping for an Asian is an African woman when the Asians is doing this to him.
你开会你热了，你给我拍拍，你拍拍，打电话。我跟你说好的，我也没给你动手。
Get out! Hey, out! Get out!
你给我上面打电话。
Out of this place, man! Out of this place! Out of this place!
你先动手啊！你他妈的在这别动手，打死你！快死你！
Hey, left, hey! Leave him, he's on record! Hey!
Everybody was
He's on record, leave him! He's on record! He's on record! Don't worry, he's on record!
Don't worry, he's on the record. He's on record. And yes, Adriana, you're always a good sport, but you know, everybody can get this work, and we ain't gonna have you caping for no Asians when they've literally caught black bodies in the streets of Los Angeles. We ain't gonna let you talk like that, African girl. But I rest my case. We're going to go ahead and bring up another guest. Before we do, make sure to smash that like button, y'all. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, put 5 on it. God damn it, let me know you appreciate the broadcast. I had to catch so much heat for producing this broadcast, y'all. So many people was emailing me, Mike, you a coon, you a sellout, you an agent. I thought you liked Tariq, Mike. Why you going at Tariq, Mike? I ain't going at nobody. I'm just calling a spade a spade. Man's got played, and I think we can all learn from it. Man's got played, and I think we should highlight it. I think this speaks to how devious our opposition is. I think this speaks to, the ill will that they have towards us. I mean, come on. I thought Tariq speaking to Diane was going to be, God damn it, we ain't even halfway through 2024. And I said, what? He's sharing the stage with Diane? This is going to be sensational, to say the least. But turns out she was just playing games. Her and her white supremacist buddies were just wasting man's time. But next person we're bringing from the back to the front is CNG. CNG, where are you calling in from? CNG, we cannot hear you. CNG going once. CNG going twice. CNG is out of here. Maybe you can click the link and try again. We got Desmond coming from the back to the front. Desmond, where are you calling in from?
Florida right now, but I need to get caught up. I just got in. So what's happening here again?
Somebody fill him in.
Yeah. Tariq, she did a Twitter space with Diane Yap, who's basically anti-black and racist against black people, who spews a bunch of anti-black rhetoric and hate and everything else and lies. And he did a Twitter space with her, and instead of her being honest, she muted herself so that way only he could hear her and the audience and the listeners couldn't hear what she was saying. So she was
So
trying to.
that's two.
She
That's
basically
strike
was
two
being
on
slick.
Tariq. That's two. That's two strikes. All right. So he gets played by a scammer and an Asian.
Wait, hold on, hold
Yeah.
on. Hold on. You came up here seeking knowledge and you got educated. Now it's my turn.
Okay.
What was the first strike? Who's the scammer he got played by?
Dr. Umar.
Oh, were you talking about how he was bigging him up in that Street Talks interview recently?
Yep.
And god damn it, I caught flack for that stream too. I did a stream talking about how Tariq said he would bail out Umar, and people was, oh no, Mike, he didn't really say that, Mike. He's just staying on code, Mike. He just playing diplomatic, Mike. He just don't want to start no beef, Mike. What are you talking about? He just made a cartoon about Umar 2 months ago. So some of you people are real sheepish when it comes to Tariq Nasheed, but god damn it, I ain't got no allegiance. My allegiance is the code, my allegiance is the people, and the only reason why I'm bringing up this topic is because I think we can all learn from this event that happened. I mean, I think we can all learn from it, whether you're a content creator or not.
So basically, what everybody's not understanding there in the comments about Asians, yeah, they don't just come up to your face and literally stab you in the face. They have this thing where they like to write contracts and do it by the white man's way and play these little white man games and these little kindergarten games. They're very underhanded and very slick. Very, very slick. You literally have to watch out for them. No offense to them, but in the military, one of my sergeants literally used to make fun of him because he would say they have those shifty eyes, like they're always up to something, always planning, always thinking ahead. It's like playing chess with these people, and I think that's what's happening right now. I mean, we're literally getting played.
And some people in our community are so sheepish. Some people don't want to make any waves to the point where they're going to attack me for just highlighting the fact that the brother got tricked. I mean, I think we can all learn from this, but yet they're coming at
There's a
me
lesson
talking about
here.
I'm an Asian and I'm a light-skinned devil and this and that, just because I'm like, hey, did you guys realize she played our dude? Like, that's fucked up.
I really don't have anything to say about it because I mean, he did get played. I mean, it might be a pre-K way of doing it, but getting played is getting played, no matter how you look at it.
So why do you think so many people don't want to acknowledge that he got played? I mean, I even literally put a poll in the chat, and for the most part, it's been 50-50, pretty split down the middle. Right now, it's tipping towards no. 53% say no, 47% say yes, he got paid. Why do you think there's so many out there that can't see what clearly happened? Just like when I did the Umar stream, and people were like, oh no, he didn't endorse Umar. He didn't endorse Umar. Tariq literally said, Umar is brilliant. I've worked with him. If he was in serious trouble, I would bail him out. That's
Was
an
there any
endorsement.
sort of
Like,
pushback? Was there anything like? Did we even hear her speak at all, or did she just?
we could not hear a word she said. Tariq was up there for an hour. She had coon-ass tethers battling with Tariq, muting him every couple seconds, disrespecting him at every turn, and no one could hear a single word she said.
We got to be better, bro. We got to be better than this. Seriously, we're falling for preschool games. This ain't looking good on us, Mike.
But honestly, who wouldn't have got tricked by that? You know what I'm
So
saying?
he
Like,
actually engaged. He actually engaged more with that black person who was basically doing the sellout talking behavior than he
Yes.
did with Diane. Yeah.
Yes. He basically he dealt with Steven instead of dealing with Leonardo. That's right.
So there you go. Yeah.
Jesus
Look,
Christ.
again, I look at it like she's the one running around here talking about per capita, and she's always flashing the little IQ, charts and talking about how smart how smarter everybody else is than black people. Okay, well then prove it. Just prove it in a straight up, honest, intellectual debate. Let's get it done. And if you can't do that, then obviously, maybe you don't believe in your PhD. Maybe you don't believe in all your education. Maybe you don't believe in your intellectual capabilities.
I bet
Some
you she
lowly
would have
black,
said something
some
if
low,
someone like
some
Ben
lowly
Shapiro
IQ
or
Negro
something
shouldn't
said
be able to
something
beat
about
you
it.
in an intellectual debate.
I bet you she would have
Because
spoke if anybody
that's
from
her
the
whole
belly
shtick.
wire said
Her whole shtick
anything.
is basically black people are stupid. Black people are
Yeah.
stupid. Black people are lazy. Black people are criminals. Black people are attacking Asians. That's her whole page. That's her whole shtick. She sat up there on C-SPAN. C-SPAN is supposed to be a legitimate network, and it's linked to the government. Like this, I hope everybody understands how important C-SPAN is. Like they do legitimate Senate hearings on C-SPAN. This woman is up there lying on black people. Ain't nobody say anything. Nobody said, well, there wasn't a black person to go, hey, whoa, hold up, lady, slow down, because you're
But
sitting up
hey,
here lying.
wait. But fortunately, there was an Asian sitting next to her that gave her some pushback.
One thing I do want to emphasize, and respectfully referring to the prior speaker, one thing I want to make clear is the narrative cannot be about African American on Asian hate. That is why these statistics are important. And I understand we have disagreements about them, but the statistics consistently show that African Americans are not overrepresenting in hate incidents against the Asian American community. And this is important because this is creating a division, a divisiveness that is unnecessary within all of our communities.
So at least the Asian dude was up there to put some pushback up there.
That goes to show you that all
But you know
Asians
what
aren't
he
part of
didn't do. But he said it wasn't black people. But who did he not say it was?
He didn't
See
say it
what I'm
was
saying?
Bradley.
See, and that's my whole point. See, they do this thing where they go, well, it's not them, but they don't say who's actually doing it. See, we know who's actually doing it. And you know, and everybody's whining about affirmative action and DEI, right? And you know what? Everybody knows that white people benefit the most. You never hear a non-black person. It's only black people who actually are the ones that say everybody except black people benefit more from affirmative action and DEI than black people. Everybody's running around trying to put black people as the face of all of this nonsense. They keep talking about, oh, everything needs to be merit-based. Ain't nobody doing anything merit-based. The only people who are doing anything merit-based are black people and black men specifically. We're the only ones that don't get anything. Everybody else is running around here getting benefits, grants, loans, affirmative action. Affirmative action, if you look at the stats on affirmative action, 60%, over 60% of those programs go to white women, followed by the Asians, followed by Hispanics, followed by, LBGT and special interest groups who are white, followed by, everybody else. Black people get like less than 10% of those programs. A program that was specifically designed to benefit black people exclusively, basically was so watered down that black people get less than 10% of those programs.
I can answer that in 2 words: population control.
Yeah. So that's why. So when affirmative action college admissions went away,
Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Hey, for how contentious I know I could be, what do y'all think about this comment? Cold War says Tariq loses debates a lot. That's not his strong suit. Dr. Umar is a more powerful speaker. I don't watch a lot of Tariq Nasheed content like that. So has he lost debates?
Nelly Fuller.
I don't even know who that name sounds super familiar.
The white
Nelly
supremacist. He debated.
Oh, you're talking about Jared Taylor, not Nelly.
Jared Taylor, my bad.
I was like, ain't that a black person who wrote a book or something? Nelly Fuller.
It's Nelly Fuller, yeah. I mean,
so he battled a white supremacist, and you guys think he lost?
If you look at the video and read the chats, it's pretty much overwhelming. It's like if you took the vote, everybody's pretty much saying that he lost that debate.
Look, man, Jared Taylor gets up there and lies. He calls him. Look, Jared Taylor does everything he can to evade. Actually, he does everything what everybody else does. He lies, he distorts, he omits information, and then he'll and the reason people think he's always winning is that he doesn't get upset. He's very monotone, he's very straight-laced, and he just says what he says, and he says it with a level of conviction and confidence. Even when he's lying, people go, "Oh, look how he beat this person." I'm like, dude, you can't win it if you're lying. Now, people will go, if you ain't cheat, you ain't what is it?
Rob says that
if you ain't cheating.
Rob says Tariq Nasheed doesn't lose debates a lot. That's cap. There's just a lot of Tariq haters. I mean, when I do get some moment to catch up on his content, I'll hear like the replays of like some Twitter space, and he seems to debate like 12 different people over the course of like half an hour or an hour, and he seems to do pretty well with the casual people that call into his Twitter space. So, I mean, it seems to me that he comes out on the positive side of a lot of his intellectual debates or challenges. But yeah, as far as this thing with Diane, I mean, I think he totally got played. And also, to his defense, I don't think there was any way to see it coming. I honestly was tripping when I first saw D Tubman's thing, and I was like, wait, I can't hear her. Is it my computer? What's going on? I found other people who reposted it, no audio from her. So I was like, hold on, is there a way?
Sucker punched.
Yeah. So I was like, is there a way for somebody to mute their audio, but the panel members hear them, but the audio doesn't? So there's no way to even know that this is a thing until that happens. And that's why I really want to highlight it. So y'all need to get the hell out of your feelings, okay?
I'll say this, and this is probably how he should have handled it. When she was doing all of it, when whoever was manipulating the sound, so that way she couldn't be heard, and I'd let that go once or twice. As I go, then I'd just call her out and say, hey, look, You sitting here running around here talking about how smart you are and all your high IQ, but you don't want anybody to hear what it is you're saying. You know what? I'm out.
Bro.
If you're not here to do what you're if you're not here to actually speak, intelligently, and so everybody can hear you and do this in an honest way, you've already told me that you don't want to put your quote unquote high IQ up against my so-called low IQ of a lowly Negro. Since you think you're so much smarter and you're so much better, and you got all your LSATs and your SATs and you guys are just outdoing us in every category. Well, then test out your IQ. If you can't do that, and you can't, and we can't hear you, then you know what? Then you basically you telling me you're scared to actually challenge. You're scared to actually put all of this stuff to the debate. She can't do that. So in a lot of ways, I guess you could look at it how she played them to some extent. But I also look at it as well. She didn't prove anything either, except that she was doing some slicky boy nonsense.
Yeah,
and that doesn't look good for, if you're an Asian, that doesn't look good for you. Because now you got people up here saying literally what it is, how that looks.
Right on the dot. They are only book smart. They are literally book smart.
Hey, and I literally just did an expose on Diane Yap like 2 days ago. So when people were like, "Hey, yo, Tariq's live with Diane," I was like, "Oh shoot, I'm about to spin the block, do another broadcast. Tariq Nasheed exposes Diane Yap," but the bitch pulled a Houdini move and nobody could hear what she say. Come on. That's grimy. That's real grimy. But ladies and gentlemen, it was a chess move for real. And we really have to peep our opposition. We have to peep what's going on. I mean, they say the revolution won't be televised, but it's the opposite. I mean, with the advent of social media, we get the news before the news does. So yeah, it's interesting. And yes, Tactical, I must admit that the fanboys of Tariq have been real salty. Real salty. Inez says this was a plain setup to make Tariq look bad by audio. Child's play, could not stand the heat as a wannabe debater. Yeah, he who holds the mic holds control. Yeah. And mind you, when I have panel members, if I'm debating somebody or it's getting contentious, I might mute them at certain periods of time so that we're not talking over each other. But I've never had a debate and had you guys not hearing what I'm saying and only hearing what they're saying. Like, what kind of weird fuck shit is that? But guys, before we wrap up the broadcast, make sure to hit the like button, hit the Cash App or the PayPal if you support the mission. If you appreciate your boy taking all these stray bullets just to bring y'all the news. And before we wrap up, if there's anybody else that wants to call in, now is the time to do so. Go ahead and click that StreamYard link in the chat. But let's start doing a little round robin of closing remarks. We'll start with Kev C. Kev C, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I'll just say this and I'll go ahead and jump on out. Is that, look, for all you people who say that you're so much smarter and better and you do everything so much on the up and up better than Black Americans, you're going to have to actually show and tell and prove it. All of this doing this slicky boy nonsense and cutting out or coming at us, in underhanded ways and using everybody else to come against us and all this other stuff. There's no honor in that, or respect in it. And we see who it is you really are and what it is you're doing. People like to do this thing where they talk about, Black people and all our issues and faults, whatever, and we can argue that point. But if you're not playing honest, if you're not going to be if you're not going to be a stand-up person, then that says more about you than it does about us or me as a person. I'll leave it at that.
Facts. Well, thanks for calling in, KFC. We'll talk to you soon, brother. Take it easy. And we've got LN calling back in. LN, what's on your mind?
Oh, okay. I just want to just this is a closing remark. I think that we always complaining and bitching about other immigrants, right? And but I think that we need to take stuff seriously just like they do and stop playing games. People know that we need to stop supporting these people because it don't make any sense. And we don't realize how much power we got. We keep doing things to ourselves and keep coming back complaining, but never take action. We need to stop taking action and stop saying, "Oh, Asians or all of them ain't like that." Well, they group us all together and say we are like that. So that's what I'm saying. We need to stop that and treat them just like they treat us. Look at them like as a whole, like they treat us like us as a whole. And we just need to stop supporting these people because that's our power right there, but we don't realize it. Do you know how many businesses we can close down if we stop supporting them? But we don't see that. So that's why I want to just say that.
I feel you. I feel you. Well, thanks for calling back in to provide us some closing remarks. We'll talk to you soon.
Alrighty.
All right. And she be low key blowing up the spot. So I got to remind you guys this is for educational purposes only. Mike TV does not endorse hate speech or violence against any protected class, whether that be immigration status, race, nationality, gender, or sexual orientation. Mike TV does not support hate speech. I'm trying to get remonetized, y'all. I'm trying to be on my best behavior, okay? We've also got Quay's Manifesto calling in. Where you calling in from? Q? Is it Q or Quay or
Q. Q's
you're breaking up?
manifesto. I'm sorry, can you hear me? Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Now I can. How do you pronounce your name?
Q.
Q. Okay. Well,
It's
Q, let us
Q.
know where
Yeah.
you calling in from.
I'm calling in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All right. And what do you think about the topic at hand?
I think that Diane Yap is a damn loser, to be perfectly honest. I think she's one of these loser, outcast, femcel trolls, and she tries to do anything to get recognition, and she realizes that she can get a come up and basically, you know, attention on Twitter just by saying a whole bunch of anti-black stuff. And truth be told, we need to be more hostile towards people like Diane Yap simply because there's no room.
And with that said, Mike TV does not endorse hate speech. This is for educational purposes only. I do not discriminate against anybody based on race, sexual orientation, nationality, religious affiliation, nor immigration status. Hate speech is not authorized on YouTube, and Mike TV does not endorse it. The thoughts and opinions of the panel members are not shared with Mike TV or the live viewing audience necessarily. Wink, wink.
Oh, yeah, I feel you. I feel
Go
where you're
ahead.
coming from. Yeah, I'm just saying, as far as me personally, as far as the crowd, who hears me, whoever has ears, let them hear. People like Diane. Yeah, we need to be more hostile, not in a way of, well, just in a way of equal exchange. I'll say that. We need to be exactly the way towards them as they are towards us, simply because there's no civility with people like her at all. So, I don't have any sympathy for her. So that's all I'm saying when it comes to that.
I feel you. I feel you. And it's interesting because apparently she's from Taiwan, and Taiwan is like a bastard of China. I mean, it's really up for debate if Taiwan's its own country or if it's part of China. So, I mean, as far as the Asian hierarchy, Taiwanese people are at the bottom of the bottom. So it's interesting that she's trying to be the face of stop Asian hate and blase, 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 blah. But Q, thank you for calling in, brother. I appreciate you providing us with your sentiment on the topic at hand. Desmond, go ahead and give us some closing remarks, brother.
All right. Basically, God, let me be smart with this. Basically, right now, everything is a huge chessboard, and we're getting checkmated by multiple races, by multiple cultures. I know you're going to put the educational thing, but we are really getting checkmated. And the thing about it is, we literally, some of us kind of put ourselves in that position. And for someone like this to just pop up out the woodworks and just have attraction and just move this fast, we really got to watch what's going on here, because it just seems like we keep getting checkmated. And we got to be stronger, people. We really do. We have to literally come together, but we're so busy at each other's throats. They're literally using our own tricks against us. So the only thing I got to say is that we just got to, sometimes you got to sit back and watch these people, because they play our games literally in our face, and we just fall for it. And I'm just gonna end it like that, because I really don't have too much to say about it, because I'm just really surprised of how fast this person just popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, well, you're surprised because you don't understand that she has financiers, she has backers. She is backed by the Heritage Foundation as well as the Manhattan Institute. She's literally paid to write articles, anti-black articles, promoting that black people are hating on Asians. So She's funded by white supremacy. I mean, there's a reason why this random Asian girl came out of nowhere all of a sudden. There were some meetings behind scenes. She received some memos, some scripts, some talking points, and she got some transfers to her account allegedly.
Yeah, that's the hard surprising fact of like while it's like we left our back door open. She just walked right in.
Yeah, and honestly, again, I have if you guys have watched Mike TV, you guys know that I speak highly of Tariq Nasheed all the time. I mean, I've learned so much from the man personally. So it's crazy that you guys think that I'm all of a sudden hating on him or something just because I'm pointing out that he got played in this interaction. And guys, I think it's very important for us to shine light on this because the battle, the front lines of the battle, modern day, it's fought here on media, and it's crazy whatever technology she has that enabled her to do that. I doubt Tariq Nasheed nor anybody else could have seen it coming. And imagine what kind of broadcast I could be producing right now if we had her audio, if we heard what she was saying in response to Tariq and the back and forth that happened. I mean, God damn it, knowing thy enemy is very powerful. And with
Yeah,
that
know
said,
that enemy.
Bobby, thank you for the contribution. I appreciate you putting 5 on the Cash App, brother. Bobby says, keep doing what you do, bro. Will do. It's because of people like you I can do it. But yeah. Yeah, I digress though. But yeah, thanks for calling in, Desmond. Nice talking
No
to you, bro.
problem. I'm gonna head away. I'll talk to you
All
later.
right. Peace. And then there was 2. Curtis, what you think? I know you was itching for us to get into the stream. You knew it was gonna be hot. You knew it was gonna be contentious.
Man, I think that we just need to just stay out of their spaces from now on, unless it's going to be on a national level. We're going to be paid or compensated for it. Anything else is just a waste of time. Just let them keep doing what they do and watching everything that we do and just jocking us and stealing our culture like they've been doing. There's no need for us to go into their spaces and argue with them about anything for any reason. And that's just how I feel about it. And if you do that, you're just going to end up like the title of the screen, just getting played because it's the type of game that they're going to play regardless. So yeah, just let them come to us and come in our spaces, and maybe we'll debate with them. Maybe we'll just shut them or just leave them in the chat. But other than that, let's just stay out of their spaces altogether.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I don't really see any benefit being in the
Right.
op spaces unless we can hear what the op is saying when they're challenged. You
Right.
feel me? You feel me? So, yeah, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully Tariq has the audio, and any day now somebody's going to repost it and we're going to hear what she actually said. But yeah, Bridget, how she played everybody is Tariq could hear her, the people on the panel could hear her, but the audience could not hear a single word she said. And Tariq Nasheed was up there for over an hour. She had some tethers muting him and debating him, and it was just a circus. It was just a circus. Yeah, come on. But yeah, Curtis, thanks for joining in, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Peace. Till next time.
Peace. And then there was one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. Hit the Cash App or the PayPal if you support independent media. Speaking of which, Big Hank just came through with a Cash App. I appreciate you, Big Hank. Big Hank says, Yap's a coward. She also had the Coon Squad too. Yeah, that's facts. She had some lackeys, y'all. She had some lackeys. And although we were looking to close out, we got somebody who's calling in last minute. G Dude, where are you calling in from? G Dude going once. G Dude going twice.
New Jersey.
What was that?
New Jersey. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. It's a little bit staticky, but it sounded like you said Jersey. Let us know, what do you think about the topic at hand?
I agree with the sentiment going on here that we should got more within our own spaces and pulling.
Yeah, I'm sorry, G Dude. Your Wi-Fi isn't Wi-Fi, brother. You just totally cut out. We'll give it a few seconds and see if we can hear you again. We'll give it a few seconds. Now you're on mute, so go ahead and take yourself off of mute and let's give it another go. Man's it. Don't be roasting man's on his Wi-Fi. Come on, y'all. The chat is undefeated. The chat is relentless. Come on. I try to open up my platform and let everybody call in. Okay. Okay. I won't be roasting people as harsh as Tariq. All right, G dude. Well, thanks for trying to call in. Maybe we can get you on the line sometime soon. The Wi-Fi wasn't Wi-Fi-ing. But yeah, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Diane Yap is a slick bitch. She's a real slick bitch, y'all. That is one slick bitch indeed. If you guys don't know, I've started a YouTube mastermind group. If you guys have ever thought about starting a YouTube channel, go ahead and email me, mike@keymediapro.com, with the subject line mastermind, and I'll give you some additional information. We meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I give you guys some game, get you guys on your way of starting a YouTube channel sooner rather than later. Black says he was using a walkie-talkie. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will be live on Wednesday. We will see you then. Diane Yap is a sneaky one. She's a slick one. Dare I say she's a ninja of sorts. And she has inspired me to be ninja too. I want to be ninja. We should be ninja. Before we have been niga. And I think we should switch it up. And we should adopt the art of ninjutsu, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all become ninja. I'll see you on Wednesday.
I shut my Murphy bed, sat down to scratch my head. What could this day bring? It could be anything. I get the phone call, I gotta help them all. Go girl will save the day, Chow will not get away. It didn't take me long to find the ticking bomb. He took off in my Jeep, that Chow is such a creep. I gotta find a way to take down Chow one day. He pulled a ninja move, it got me to be fooled. You know what? Maybe I too could be ninja. I want to be ninja. I want to be ninja. I want to chop Chow down, take Chow down to Chinatown. I want to be ninja. I started training hard, I think I could go far. I am a natural, that's matter factual. I learned to chop real hard, I fight with credit card. I use my nunchucks, even while feeding ducks. I throw my ninja star, also very far. I do karate moves, with a go-girl move. I learn my ninja kicks, while watching Netflix. I try to everything, like on the big screen. And you guys, you know what? I might do it. I might be a ninja soon. I gonna be ninja. I gonna be ninja. I gonna chop Chow down, take Chow down to Chinatown. I gonna be ninja. I practice every day. I practice every way. I don't always do good, I really wish I could. I drink from sippy cup, you know I won't give up. I gotta try my best, you can't expect no less. That Chow has not a clue, it's too good to be true. I'm making progress, feels good I must confess. I catch a flying tick, with my chopstick. I take down anyone, ha, this is getting fun. You guys, I think I almost a ninja. I almost a ninja. I almost a ninja.
你开会你这样，你给我拍拍，你拍拍，打电话。我跟你说好的，我也没给你动手。That's out. Hey, out. That's out. 你给我上面打电话。Out of this place, man. Out of this place. Out of this place. 你先动手，你他妈的在这先动手打死你！快！哎，来，嘿！ Leave him, he's on record. Hey. He's on record, leave him. He's on record. He's on record. Don't worry, he's on record. He's on record, don't worry. Don't worry, he's on record, don't worry. He's on record for this, he's on record. He's on record. No. He has no right to stop me. We are on film record, no.
Oh yeah. The fancy cars, the women and the caviar. You know who we are, 'cause we're pimping all over the world. The fancy cars, the women and the caviar. You know who we are, 'cause we're pimping all over the world.
Singing hoes. Living me on record. Hey. He's on record. Hey. Living me on record. Hey. Hey. He's on record, leave him.